Good morning. Okay. Oh, let me turn down this. Okay. Let me also turn down my stuff on the phone. I forgot. I left that thing. Okay. Let's see. Cool. All right. Nice. Looks like I'm up on all the things. Love that. Good morning, lovely people. Thank you for joining me. Oh, I don't like the way the camera looks. It's okay. Okay. Take that off of my view. Cool. So today, I actually, let me see, is this better with the light? Do I like that better? So it's great when you're just like first thing in the morning and you're like, that's okay. I don't know if I like it better. Okay. Anyway, late this morning in the sunset. I didn't get up early to do my practices and start my day because my body needed a little extra rest. So in a moment, once I get my energy drink, I'm gonna go and start today at my altar over here, and I'm gonna light my candle, say my daily morning mantras that I start with, and then after that, I was initially going to do womb qigong and what was it? And I think a meditation today. I can't remember what was the other thing right now. I think it was the 6 healing sounds. And what I am feeling today, though, is I'm actually going to do the 6 healing sounds and then the microcosmic orbit, I believe, is what I will do instead if we have time for something else. Because I'm realizing the 6 healing sounds in themselves might take the whole time, just because I'm feeling that this morning. It's a really beautiful, powerful practice from Chinese medicine that, man, I think is one of the most incredible practices for healing the body from anything, and highly recommend you use it in conjunction with any other thing that you are doing for yourself if you are experiencing any medical or health issues. I feel so white out with the lay right now. It's like bugging me out, but it's fine. And I don't want a hair tie, that I do want. I want a hair tie. Yes. Oh, this one would be calling me. Oh, it's so crazy. Not the curlies. Do I have a relationship? No. Okay. I have a butterfly clip, so I can use that to get it off my face. So I would probably do that. Excuse me. And so the 6 healing practices is a really potent and powerful traditional Chinese medicine practice that combines working with the internal organs, sounds, visualizations. And so it's basically like a little mini shamanic. You go in and utilize sounds to connect with the internal organ and actually move out the toxins, the energy, stagnant emotions that have stayed with all of this like gunk from experiences in our lives that just haven't been cleared out. And the beauty of this practice is that like you will really feel it, like you will feel the energetic shifts and the difference and the alchemizing. So be gentle. go slow with these practices. I think in the beginning, especially if you haven't tried these things, you're like, okay, like I don't know what this girl's talking about. But as you start to do them, especially if you've been doing them for many, many years, you're like, oh goodness, my goodness, the amount of like energy and just stuff that these practices and things will bring and stir up and allow you to have access to. So go really slow. Make sure that you're not overwhelming your nervous system in that process. Okay, I'm being a girl right now. I'm trying to figure out it's like semi cute and it's not distracting me while I do the thing because it's first thing in the morning. It's literally just woke up. Just woke up out of bed. Yeah, that's what I look like first thing in the morning. Ah, okay. Cool. So I don't think there's anything else I want to share for right now. I'll be very fluid today. I'm a little tired. I'm getting up super early this week, earlier than normal, and to prepare for all these lives. I've been up at like 3 or 4 almost every day. That's why today I was like, I'm sleeping in until 5:45. But it'll be nice next week once I have everything kind of more straightened out and the script's all ready to go for me to record. It's like, oh, it'd be so nice if I could just sit there and just do my own practice and not have guidance. So I'm really digging that option. Yeah, let's get right into it. Sorry. It's my little altar. So I'm using a little bit of sage here for clearing. I utilize sage because I had teachers that I started my traditions and my practices with that use sage, and they taught me to work with these practices. They were indigenous practitioners, obviously, and I also myself haven't come from a lineage that has connections with indigenous roots through the Taínos in Puerto Rico. So for me, it feels aligned and harmonious. Utilize sage. Beautiful of that. For other individuals I've seen, they utilize these practices or these things, and there's a lack of reverence or sacredness or understanding, and sometimes things can go sideways because spirit will always correct you and teach you in how to approach it and the practices. And a lot of its language is spiritual, so be very uncomfortable, but it's very clear to let you know to clean some stuff up. So if you do have psychic abilities, you've probably experienced some bouts of that or are familiar with what that is. And so guess what that means? You come hang out with me with these practice, we'll get you feeling good. Okay. I call upon Mary Magdalene, Isis and Hathor, Divine Feminine, guide us with your truth. May we receive your wisdom. Call upon and welcome the energy and the presence, the divine masculine, Yeshua, Osiris, Buddha, Babaji, Muhammad. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All the beautiful divine masculine energy flow through me, within me, and around me, dancing with my divine feminine, protecting, guiding, supporting, aligning in action. Udiamo Bhairava, Udiamo Bhairava, Udiamo Bhairava, Om Hrim Hrim, Om Hrim Hrim, Om Hrim Hrim, Om Sachniraya Namaha, Om Sachniraya Namaha, Om Sachniraya Namaha. There's a lot of energy that came through there in that. So I made sure to anchor in these recordings for anyone that is coming in for extra support for the collective, for any of this yummy energy that you are feeling here. It is offered fully and freely for healing and evolution and nothing else, just in case any of you are feeling that energy and thinking you might be trying to utilize it for something that is not ordained by me or the Lord. Tirinilam Khan to Makarel Shivaya Nama. Tirinilam Khan to Makarel Shivaya Nama. Tirinilam Khan to Makarel Shivaya Nama. Om Shakti. Use me, Lord. I am your vessel. Hear my prayer. You know my heart. You know my soul. You know my mind. And you know my deepest heart's desire and prayer. Use me, Lord, as you would, in service and in love, to support and to uplift, and to expand, and to express your radiance. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Mother and Father, for this opportunity. I, your divine child. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I ask that you open me and my heart to receive more and more every day the love that you offer every moment, every place. You know how to look for it. And I thank you for teaching me the boundaries and the standards to speak up for myself, and to be loved, valued, and honored in ways you have taught me. Thank you to all my brothers and sisters, spirit guides, ancestors, and protections, spirit, ancestral, cosmic realms. I ask that you walk with me, guide me, support me. All of you who love me, who support me, whom are in alignment with the will of the Most High and the evolution of all beings everywhere. For the will of the Most High and the greatest good of all. Walk with me, guide me, support me, be with me. Allow me to be your vessel and allow me to share everything that must be shared, that will be shared in your reverence. The support of all. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for my breath. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this day that I will meet and greet with excitement and all of the delight that you will send my way. And so I open myself to be surprised and delighted by the miracles you send my way and by the miracle that you make me. Thank you for this beautiful dance of life. So now I'm going to do just a little alternate nostril breathing. And so when I do this, I also imagine and I visualize that I'm inhaling and activating the energy flow from the bottom centers of the feet, and that it's flowing literally through the whole right side of the body, activating the chakra centers. I'm imagining it like golden snitches popping out and circling around my chakras and balancing, activating, grounding, activating them. So I'm going to do one starting from the inhale on the right and just really wake up that whole right side of the body. And I'm going to exhale that out through the left side of the body. And then we're going to inhale up through the left side of the body, activating all that up, and then exhale out through the right. And then we'll move right into the 6 healing sounds. Okay, here we go. I might do a little fire breath here too before we start. Okay, so here, taking a nice breath. Slow, deep. You're going to hold the belly full when you take your inhale, and then you're just going to hold it for as long as you can comfortably. And just imagine those kind of golden snitches circling around. You could do just third eye if you're just starting and it feels too complex to do the whole chakra system. You're not sure what that is, then just focus on the third eye and just imagine a kind of golden ball spiraling around in each direction as you're doing your hold and your count of the breath to clear out that energy for clarity in your vision. And then once you release, we're just going to do that other side, and then we wait till I cue you. Maybe we'll do a little fire breath. Maybe we'll go right into 6 healing sounds. We'll see what the bodies are feeling. All right, here we go. Ready? And you can inhale for counts if that feels good, or just inhale into. Ooh. And yeah, first thing in the morning, you might get some boogies if you haven't blown yet. Get a paper towel. My little paper towel secret stash. Now you know where to hide things under other cute things. It's gonna do it. Okay. Oh. Do 1 or 2 little rounds of fire breath just to activate the solar plexus and get a nice pump of energy moving and flowing through the body. So I personally love to do this practice soft, gentle, as I like to do all my practices. And I like to do it breathing through both my mouth and my nose in order to really create a lot of oxygenation in the system first thing in the morning, to wake up, and to create a lot of pleasure. Because I like to anchor myself in right from the beginning of the day that I am here to experience pleasure on this earth and to share that pleasure with whomever desires to in respectful, consensual ways. Nice inhale and exhale to just clear out all the air in the lungs. And you can begin with that kind of snappy exhale. Just focus on the exhale. Inhales will go in naturally and let it ride you. I'm going to do probably 2 counts of 120 breaths for 2 rounds. And I invite you to tune into your body and start to see where your body feels comfortable. I want you to aim for a little bit of discomfort in the sense of expansion, but not like where it's like painful or like terrible, like just a little bit to know you're like expanding, but while staying soft, relaxed, open. Okay. Okay, taking another big exhale out, and then we'll do one more round before we move into the 6 healing sounds practice. Moving a really deep density in my lungs right now. Ooh. Felt very sludgy. Okay, I leave my candles on. Move to our practice for a little bit. Okay. And so that is a little bit of how I start my morning practice. And I get into whichever practices are either calling to me that particular day, or sometimes I might go through a period of time where I am feeling excited to play around with certain particular practices. Okay, great. I think I'm going to switch back to the FaceTime cam too. I'm going to do that. Turn this one over. I think that's better for now. Okay. All right. So as I spoke before, the 6 healing sounds are a practice where we utilize visualization, the system of Chinese medicine, and the meridian system, the internal organs, and sound in order to clear toxicity in the form of stagnant energy in our body. And so, oftentimes, societally, we are taught to repress and hold back, minimize, diminish our emotions and our expression for the sake of polite society. This is extremely detrimental to the human body. And more so, we have created this space in the world where it feels inappropriate to express appropriate expressions of, let's say, anger, especially if it's a rage kind of anger, like intensity of grief. There's lots of discomfort around these emotions. And if you are someone who happens to be sensitive like me, who will emote all over the place no matter what, and the more you try and repress it, good luck. You will see that oftentimes you'll have people come in the real world and like well-meaning, and obviously I know in their hearts it's that they want to like help and support and see if something is wrong, but oftentimes what it is they're coming over because they are uncomfortable with this big expression of emotion that's happening, and they want to fix it because it's alarming to them. It's like, oh no, what's wrong? And I really love to help people start to get the perspective of there is nothing wrong when you are having emotions, even if they are intense and uncomfortable, and even if they are rage filled. If you are having rage, that is literally your body telling you that an experience is occurring that has dysregulated your nervous system to such a degree that you are very distraught. Sometimes it's very clear cut, and you know how you were wronged by the other person. And I think another thing to keep in mind is not to let the excess of the past blow up on the person in front of you who might be activating a trigger. And what that means is that if this is a new person you're getting to know and they triggered a boundary, especially a boundary that maybe they weren't aware of, or even better, that you weren't aware of, going off on them, that's not really going to solve anything. And it might actually destroy a beautiful relationship. Because when something happens like that, it's like you're discovering these things about each other. And I think it's a really important thing to keep in mind so that you can communicate effectively around these things. Whereas if this is a person that you have known, kind of repeated offensive boundaries, totally that case, rage of like, you are not honoring or valuing me as a person is very warranted. But also I would say the question of, why are you still in that situation? And sometimes you have no choice. Sometimes you're an underage child, and I know this, and you will spend years of your life tolerating and putting on rose colored glasses for survival. But then when you get out of that, you got to learn to heal, because otherwise you're going to put yourself right back into that experience and situation over and over again. And I know because I did that after I was free from a family life of a lot of abuse. And it's an interesting thing because it wasn't like my family was trying to abuse me. And this is what I think a lot of people don't understand, is that a lot of us are abused and are there's just a lot of abuse that's going on in the world in general, and it's not conscious. It's not like people are trying. It's a lack of presence. a lack of truly being in the moment and relating and really being like, oh, is this loving? Or am I so caught up in this internal pain, in this external life, that I'm not actually here with the person in front of me, truly relating, truly feeling the emotions and attuning to that experience. Um, yeah, okay. I did not prepare a thing today. It's going to be real interesting. I might go back and watch this to see as I go off on my little tangents. I see it's about 6:28, so I'm not too bad on time. But I'm going to try and keep myself focused on talking about the practice and moving into that. So we're also going to combine today's practice along with the sounds and the breath with a little neurological rewiring. And so after we go into the internal organs and we are present with all of the things, we're going to do a little kind of neurological rewiring and just going back and forth, deleting the programs of these energies that we don't need anymore, and making space for that which we want. Great. And so today we're going to start with the organ of the lungs. Our beautiful lungs that, man, if you've ever, I recommend Googling it and looking up an image of the cardiovascular system. It has always amazed me how much the lungs in our cardiovascular system looks like the tree of life. Like, it's like, oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. The lungs in traditional Chinese medicine are associated with the element of metal, the season of fall, and the color white. Some of the higher vibrational emotions associated with the lungs are healthy self-esteem, confidence, valor, and courage. And on the other side of the polarity of those emotions are going to be sorrow, grief, and depression. And so I'm first going to kind of show you what the breath and the practice will look like. And then from there, we'll do a couple of rounds. We usually want to do at least 2 rounds of each, and preferably for up to 6. I tend to like to do more excuse me, kind of Ayurvedic or witchy numbers. So I like to do things in the numbers of 11 or 13 personally. Tune in though. Numbers are such an interesting thing. And like, I like to think of them as activations to certain portals of energy. And so that's why I think with this, really tune in and see which number of breath or practices or sequences kind of unlock for you inside that fun little thing. And I think it's also a really fun game to play with yourself, and we'll start to give you clues and insights to numbers, guides, all sorts of things, because it's going to start leading you to certain traditions as you start to unravel what intuitively inside of you, and how your magics operate from that way. And so it's a really fun journey. And I love utilizing these practices to discover your magic, because what I have found is that that's really where that's where the curriculum is. It's inside of us. And even the curriculum that I share that I've gotten from inside of myself, it's from inside of me. So some is for support on the external, but it's mostly for me. And so I like to help other people excavate what's inside of them for them. Great. And so here we're going to warm up always our hands and our gong centers, get that energy flowing. And then we'll begin with the palms kind of facing into the chest. Going to be in line with the nipples. And you're going to like feel that pulse of energy from the center of the palms of the hands radiating towards the energy centers of the nipple, which connect directly to the heart. One of my teachers used to call the breast the wings of the heart, which I absolutely love, and that's the way I think of it always. So to me, whenever I see people that are attracted to breast, I actually think it's that they're looking for some heart connection. They want some nourishment. They want some nurture. And so I think it's a really beautiful thing, and it's just been a really beautiful way for me to appreciate when someone appreciates that aspect of my body instead of getting really upset and feeling objectified. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take it that way. And also, it's not like I have to do anything with your appreciation except enjoy it. And I get to choose that for myself. So here, as we have the hands here, we're going to start to contract gently in that perineum, that space between the genitals and Uranus. And you're going to visualize the lung beginning to radiate with a kind of sparkly white light. Going to smile to the right lung and to the left lung. You're probably seeing a smile on my face because I'm a very smiley person. It's also a trauma response, so that's the thing. So it doesn't have to be a smile on your face. It could be like in your head to the left and the right lung. It doesn't matter. It's more about the essence and the feeling of a smile, like what it brings out of you when you smile, that joy that you feel, that energy. Give it to your lungs. Imagine your right and your left lung like you just walked into a store and you saw a dear friend that you were not expecting to see, and you were like, oh my gosh, look at you right here. How beautiful. Like, give that energy to your lungs and feel that energy flowing and those attributes of self-esteem and confidence, courage and valor, and let it permeate throughout your lungs. And on your exhale, you're going to press your hands up to the sky, and you're going to look up. And you're going to exhale out with a kind of it's going to look like this when you're doing that. And as you do that, you're going to visualize on that exhale the color gray, kind of smoke or black, just pouring out of the mouth with that sound. And as it releases, any melancholy, sorrow, or depression that has been stored in the lungs, released from the body. If you're an advanced practitioner, or you just like to have all the elements, or you want to add a little bit extra to this practice, you can begin to work with a ear practice. Or we have kind of the metal singing bowls here, so that's going to add to it, where if you want to start to attune to the sound of those metal balls ringing, and that's going to just add a little extra layer of resonance through the ears, and just some more activation within the body, maybe some more release. It's going to be different and unique for all of us because we're all different and unique. So try it out, see how it feels. All right. And then I'm going to take us I'm going to say at 4 to start. And then around 4, I'm going to check and see if I want to do the extra 2, or if we're going to move into the deleting. Because I like to really see what the body wants. That's the way I like to roll. It's the best way, let me tell you. Okay. I love this. I'm getting my silly back this week. Getting up early makes me silly. All right. So again, we're just going to sit here, feel that energy permeating, that sparkly, glittery white light filling up the lungs, smiling. Such gratitude for these beautiful lungs. Give us air that hold us through our whole life, that valor, that courage, that confidence. And we're going to exhale out that melancholy, that sorrow, that depression. We're just going to visualizing that energy just leaving the body, making space for more of you. Again, circling and activating that energy in the lungs, allowing yourself to fill the right and the left lung with healthy self-esteem and confidence, valor and courage. Filling yourself up to the brim, exhaling out, visualizing that gray or black smoke of melancholy, sorrow, and grief just leaving your body. And again, allowing that beautiful white luminous energy, maybe that celestial energy of the divine or whatever spirit guides or things you are desiring to work with, filling up that healthy self-esteem and confidence, that valor, that courage, just filling up and taking over any spaces where sorrow or melancholy, depression live, just exhaling them out with that black cloud of smoke on a got some good stuff out there, see? Ooh, often if I'm feeling a release and I know it's kind of an energetic and I'm in a space like this alone and it's, don't have to worry about others, I really let it out. Try not to bring it back in or hold, I really just let it express out. Okay, we don't need that. Let's let that go. All right, we're going to do one more. Woo, I'm feeling lit up. I'm getting all warm and activated. I hope you guys are feeling good over there. All right, we're going to let those lungs permeate, fill them up. Healthy self-esteem and confidence, valor and courage. We're going to let go of all that sorrow, all that grief, that depression. We don't need that anymore. We're going to let that all go with the gray, black cloud and just taking a breath. I also don't know if I mentioned in these practices, and I know sometimes I close the eyes and I have to remind myself, it's good to keep the eyes open to stay focused in the reprogramming. That's just something I'm rewiring myself. So you might see me close my eyes. I'm working on it. So I'm cueing you guys keep your eyes open. All right, here. We're just going to take a moment. We're just going to kind of move the hands from side to side, beginning to look with the eyes and let them trace back and forth, connecting that with the breath. I'm just going to delete any programs in our consciousness around sorrow, depression, melancholy. We're going to activate our systems to pleasure, self-esteem, healthy self-confidence, courage, and valor. Ooh, you just do that a few times, taking a nice breath. All right. And this is how we reprogram ourselves. Look at that, guys. Isn't it interesting? It doesn't actually cost any money. Maybe costs some time and getting a little bit of education. Definitely cost time, value of sharing, essence of energy. But yeah, it's not necessarily those products that are going to do it for you. But I got to say, these energy practices, this cultivation of energy to support you in your evolution, it's powerful stuff. So now we're going to move to the kidneys. And the kidneys are associated with the elements of water, season of winter, and color midnight blue. And so the kidneys are located kind of towards the back side of the body. They look like little kidney beans. And so you can visualize that in your mind. Highly recommend Googling the internal organs and the anatomy, familiarizing yourself with it, what it looks like, so that you can start to connect with these organs and these spaces inside of your body. Send them love and appreciation, these beautiful organs that, man, like, do you know all the things that they do for your body to keep you functioning on a daily basis and you don't have to think about it at all? Whew! Our internal organs are our best friends, man. And I don't know. I mean, I spent some time with them. I spend a lot of time with them now, but I had to learn. And for years, I didn't spend any time with them. And man, they love me so much. They are there for me every day. Yeah. And so some of the higher vibrational emotions associated with the kidneys are wisdom, peace, gentleness, and calm. And then on the opposite side of the polarity spectrum of expression on those are intimidation, fear, dread, and shock. And so in this one, we start by kind of leaning forward, and their hands are kind of be hovering just above the kidneys. And then we're just going to inhale. And as you inhale again, you're going to imagine this color to add sparkles to mine. I am all about the sparkles and the glitter, and I think it adds a little extra magic. You take it where you want to take it for you. Your system might be different. I'm tuning into someone right now that, oh, you guys see in like texture and fabrics. That's so cool. Your midnight blue is like this velvet. Somebody's doing the cosmos. I can feel, wow, this is awesome. I love you guys. Oh, I'm getting like just ripples of vibrations as I feel all of you attuning now to the differences in how you see your midnight blue, and it's freaking beautiful. I love this for you. So yes, you're gonna fill those kidneys with that midnight blue. You're gonna feel that wisdom, that peace, that gentleness, that calm, peaceful energy filling you up, and you're gonna smile to your kidneys. And you're just gonna let that beautiful color blue permeate and infuse the kidneys with that energy. And then on the exhale, because you're gonna be leaned forward, you're gonna round the back out, bring the hands in front of you, interlace your palms facing outward. You're gonna visualize black smoke again leaving the mouth, and this time it's gonna be a kind of chew or chew kind of sound. And so the sounds for these practices, they can be a little bit louder in the beginning, but you do want them to be on the kind of softer, smoother. So if you notice you have like a big energy that needs to come out, no problem if you're like shoo or shoo, but you really want to aim for, as you go deeper into the repetitions, for a kind of shoo, shoo, like a softness. And you're going to let all of the shock, the fear, the dread that's stored in the kidneys, you're just going to let it go. You're going to smile to the left and the right kidney for all that they do. And so for this one, and you know what? I can add a little bit of sound to support us in this. This one recommends adding a little bit of a gentle rain sound to support you, and imagine it just washing away all of the fear. So I'm going to play a little bit of music that this has more ocean than rain. So I'm going to do a little rain. droplet playlist. Actually, running water one will do. Let's see. Rain sounds perfect. Okay, here we go. So we have some rain sounds going now. And so we could just utilize that to just imagine this beautiful water, celestial waters. I like to think of Kuan Yin. She's a spirit guide I work with often with her beautiful compassion energies. I find her very supportive for these times. And so we can just imagine her in that beautiful energy washing away intimidation, fear, dread, shock, and instead filling up our kidneys with wisdom, with peace, gentleness, with calm. All right. So we're going to lean forward, just hover above our kidneys. Going to inhale, visualizing that beautiful midnight color, filling, smiling to the kidney. When you feel ready, letting out that black smoke. Shoo! Releasing the shock, fear, and the dread. Again, leaning forward, and I actually am feeling the desire to touch over my kidneys, even though it's typically a hover. See what your body wants and give it. I'm just gonna, oh yeah, that feels great right now for me. I'm feeling that energy from my hands infused, that blue midnight. I'm feeling that wisdom, that peace, that gentleness, that calm, that peace that passes understanding. And I'm gonna as I let the rain wash it away. 2 more rounds, and then we'll control, delete any old program no longer serving, releasing programs of intimidation, fear, dread, or shock as we fill the kidneys with wisdom, with peace, with gentleness, calm, peace that passeth all understanding as we exhale out. Ooh, I really felt that one. One more time. Filling up those beautiful kidneys as you smile to the right and the left. Exhaling out that fear, that dread, that intimidation. Taking a breath. Syncing the eye movements, the hand movements, and your breath. And deleting any programs of intimidation, fear, dread, shock. Instead, rebooting, upgrading your systems of wisdom, peace, gentleness, and a big breath. I do like to close my eyes, at least at the end, just for one bout of like really integration and pulling all of that energy internal. very sensitive being, so that opening of the eyes really puts me in a deep connection with the external. So I like to ground that in for a moment. Okay. Feeling tender. That really some stuff. Okay. We're now going to move to the liver. Our beautiful, beautiful liver. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, just started to move a lot of energy there. And so I just needed to like breathe into that for a minute. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So the liver, which is associated with the element of wood, the season of spring, and the color green. It's also the colors of the heart chakra as well as pink. And so some of the higher vibrational emotions that are associated with the liver are benevolence, kindness, generosity. And on the other side of the polarity spectrum, we have frustration, anger, jealousy, envy, and greed. And so here I'm feeling a touch of the body. The cues are always to hover. So you can do that and kind of tune into what feels good for you today. Today my body's really desiring touch and connection, like a little like rubbing even. And so I've been feeling as soon as I got to the liver, just like this desire to like, ooh, what's in there? And just like just like imbuing that beautiful, brilliant green color. I think of it as kind of an emerald, sparkly green. Makes me think a little bit of the Wizard of Oz and all the like glittery, sparkly green. I think it was the wizard that had like a bow. That was reminds me of that, just like really elaborate mirror ball kind of style. And just allow yourself to smile to the living, to feel the attributes, generosity, kindness, and benevolence. And then for this one, you're going to sweep your arms out to the side, interlace your fingers above your head, and then you're going to turn them out. You're going to lean to the left side of the body. You're going to open up the right side of the body where the liver is. You're going to exhale. The sound is going to be a shh. You're going to visualize a brown color leaving your mouth. It's going to release all the anger, the irritation, the greed, and the jealousy stored in the liver. So this sound recommended is the wind blowing through the trees. So let's see if I can find a sound. All right, man. I love the YouTube. Okay, hold on. We might get a. Okay. No ad, yes. All right. It's interesting because it's there, but it's so slight. Oh, this is interesting. Hold on, because I'm trying to see if I can hear the sound of the wind moving through the trees on this. I'm going to pause the singing bowls for a moment. Yeah, it's very slight, very kind of shh. Okay. I'm going to pause the singing bowls just for a moment so we can go ahead and utilize this. The sound. Okay. And so we're just going to listen to the sound of the wind blowing through the trees. Very slight. It's okay if you're like, I'm not sure if I hear it. I'm still kind of like, oh, am I hearing it? It's very slight. And so again, you're just going to hover or place your hands over the liver, imbue it, that beautiful emerald green color. And you can smile to your liver. You're going to fill it the attributes of generosity, kindness, benevolence. You're just going to let it fill up to the brim. And then when you're ready, you get your arms interlace. Just ooh, these have been themes in my life that have come up a lot, my whole life. So I tend to store a lot of energy here. My shush, as you can see, is very loud for this one. But a lot of this energy I've been alchemizing these last few years, understanding it, where it comes from, what it needs. And just filling that liver up with that generosity, that kindness, that benevolence. Meditating and smiling to your beautiful, beautiful liver. On your exhale, as you're ready, just shh. As that brown color leaves the mouth, releasing anger, irritation, greed, envy, or jealousy that has been stored in the liver. Ooh. And then again, smiling to the liver, imagining that beautiful, brilliant green color, filling it with those attributes of generosity, of kindness, benevolence, filling yourself up, and then do at least one more. I might do two on this one to just feel a lot of energy here for me. Wants to move. As I fill my liver, my beautiful liver up, benevolence, kindness, generosity. Exhale. Ooh, yeah. We're going to do one more. I feel like I'm really getting something up and out, so I really want to let that flow out. Ooh, as I smile to my liver, as I forgive myself, as I love myself, as I allow myself to release. And the exhale, this murky brown, letting go of the anger, irritation, envy, or greed. I'm coming now for our reprogramming. syncing our eye and hand movements with our breath. Just deleting all programs of anger, irritation, greed, jealousy, envy that are stored in the liver. Upgrading instead to the attributes of kindness, generosity, and benevolence. Taking a breath. As we move to the next practice and sound, it's for the heart, which is associated with the element of fire, passion, the season of summer, and the color red. And so the high vibrating emotional frequencies associated with the heart are appreciation, joy, bliss, love. And on the opposite side of the polarity spectrum, we find the emotions of impatience, apathy, bitterness. And so working with the heart is one of my favorite things because this is where we really have the opportunity to allow anything that was inside of us that is getting in the way of allowing us to really be connected with our heart and what we truly want for ourselves. We're able to release in this way and reconnect back to the essence of what it is that we desire. And I think it's a beautiful thing. So for this one, we are going to introduce the sound of fire into that inner ear sound. And you can always just imagine the sounds as well. I like to have the audio component as well, just because I think that is a fun thing. There we go. And so with it, utilizing the inner ear aspect of the practice, it's as you fall in to the practice, kind of keep your awareness into the third eye as the eyes stay open. So you're going to kind of focus in internally, and it's going to unlock a space kind of in the middle where it feels like you will be in a kind of channel of your inner ear, and you almost hear it like an echo of the sound reverberating through you. And so you can attune yourself into that. Hopefully that makes sense. For some of you, it might. For some of you, you might be like, what are you talking about? That's okay. Don't worry about it. If it didn't make sense to you. And if it did and that was helpful, awesome. So here for the movement, we hover our hands over the heart. I'm again really feeling that strong desire to be on. I also like to put my hands kind of in the center as opposed to where my physiological heart is. And the reason I do that is because the energetic heart is located in the center of the body and the chest. It's an energetic frequency, and that is the aspect of the heart that I'm connecting with here, as opposed to our more physiological heart, which is located a little bit more on the left side of the body, as we all know. Okay, so we're just going to either hover or place the hand, and then you're going to smile to the heart, but a smile that you feel, a smile that, the kind of smile that fills you up naturally when you see someone that you love. That kind of smile. I want you to have that, and I want you to give that to your heart. And that love that you feel, that joy, that compassion. Just going to visualize a beautiful luminescent shade of ruby red sparkling as it fills the heart with those emotions. And then for this one, it's kind of be the reverse of the last movement. So you're going to sweep the arms out to the side. You're going to interlace the fingers again above the head. And this time you're going to lean to the right as you express the left side of the body. Exhale with a sound. And you're going to visualize a kind of rusty red color leaving your mouth. Another thing I really want you to work on with these sounds and the practices is really use the vibrational aspects. So this one, you should really kind of feel it in the throat, almost as if you're clearing the throat. So you should be kind of like a and with that, you're going to see that rusty red color coming out of your mouth, and you're going to release that bitterness, that impatience, that apathy, that excess heat that might be stored in the heart. You're going to let any heartache, any of that trauma stored, just let it release. And you're going to smile to your compassionate, incredible heart that can go through the most incredibly terrible things and still come back stronger. Like it baffles me, the strength and beauty of our human heart, man. All right, let's go into it. Smiling is that beautiful luminous shade of ruby red, fills the heart and infuses us with joy, with love, with compassion. And then when you're ready to exhale, interlace the hands, going to the right this time in a letting go of that heartache, that trauma, and that red, rusty color. And then fill the heart and smile to it. Feel your unconditional love, your bliss, your compassion. You're ready for your exhale. Sweeping the arms and exhaling. Out goes bitterness, impatience, apathy. As we infuse and fill again our hearts, ruby red, sparkling, glittery, joy, bliss, compassion, so much compassion. Exhaling out. And really visualize. That's the most important thing here. I just had like a visual. There was like a warrior kind of centurion in my heart. It's like opening up and like it was like a kind of a furnace, and he was just like clearing out the stagnant energy. Like that's what's going on in my chamber. What's going on inside yours? Make sure you're tuning in. Most interesting place for you to be, my loves, is inside of yourself. Fascinating stuff happening there. All right, one more time, filling up and imbuing yourself with that beautiful, radiant, ruby red color. And allowing yourself to release on the exhale in that cloud of red smoke, that rusty color. that apathy. That apathy that doesn't let you do anything, that excess heat, just gone. Let it go. Yes. Taking a moment with the breath. Beginning to shift the hands from side to side. As you begin to sync the movements of the eye and the breath. And delete any programs of apathy, bitterness, impatience, heartache, trauma. Just reprogram joy, love, benevolence, unconditional love, kindness. Taking a moment to breathe. Allow the new energy to permeate, circle, and take root as you upgrade your system. All it takes is investing in yourself, valuing yourself, loving yourself, by showing up for yourself like this. Move now into the next element or organ. For this one, it's recommended the sounds of nature. So we'll add our new beautiful playlist for that. Okay. Make a new playlist for this next time. Okay. Sounds of nature to soothe us. And so the spleen is located on the left side of the body if you are not familiar. It's a smaller organ. It's kind of in between where the lungs and the stomach would be. Maybe about here. Of course, it's always going to be a little bit different. It's navigating. I often just choose to kind of tune into the discernment of my feeling and my senses, and just I'm like, oh, what's going on there? Yes, and so the spleen is associated with the element of earth. One of my favorites. I'm a very earthy being. I'm a Virgo. Or it's not that I'm just that I'm an earthy being. I'm all the things, but like the element of earth just is so soothing for me. I love that sense of like grounding, consistency. I'm just like, it's so sexy to me. It is associated with the season of second summer, late autumn, and the color yellow or gold. And so some of the positive or higher vibrating frequency emotions associated with the spleen are openness, fairness, stability, and trust. I'll lower these sounds just a little bit so I don't feel like I need to go so loud over it. And then on the opposite side of the polarity spectrum, we would have the emotions of worry, anxiety, and pensiveness. This one is a big one for me. These are some emotions that I have had within my energy, body, and system since the womb. My mother was a very highly anxious individual. My life experiences created a lot of anxiety. And so I was hardwired to create a lot of this energy for myself. And so it's really been a journey um, for me with these beautiful practices of every day learning more and more how to let that go and just stay in this place of peace and this place of calm. Oh, excuse me. And so for this one, you're going to hover hands over kind of like where the spleen and the stomach are, or again, you can kind of touch on that area, and you can just smile, smile to your beautiful spleen. And on your inhale, you're going to visualize that spleen filling up with that beautiful radiant color of glittering gold and yellow like a sun. And you're going to feel the virtues, those attributes of openness, fairness, trust, and stability. And so here we're going to utilize something called chi fingers, kind of like chi knives. So you use like two fingers like this, and you will actually press these fingers underneath the rib cage as you exhale. And so, your inhale, you can either be hovering, or you can maybe even be massaging and releasing some of the fascia in there. You want to kind of bring it down from the rib cage and pull a little bit in towards the midline of the body and the abdominals. And that should feel really nice. Or maybe you want to press down. You can explore and see. The kind of rule of thumb is like wherever direction the fascia doesn't want to move, gently move it in that direction and create some opening. And so then when you're ready, you can get the chi fingers and you can kind of just gently press underneath and kind of begin to create some more opening underneath the rib cage. And then you'll visualize a kind of dirty yellow color. It's going to leave the mouth with a kind of ho sound, almost like a hoo of an owl. And it's going to originate in the throat. It's like guttural and vibrational. I'm sure you could like feel it that time. I got it good that first time. And then we're just going to let go. All those concerns, that worry, that anxiety, that overthinking, all of that stuff that gets stored here, we're just going to, we're going to smile. We're going to smile to that spleen. We're going to allow ourselves to listen to the sounds of nature, into that level of the inner ear, just visualizing maybe ourselves in that amazing nature scene, or maybe you are in that nature scene. Love that for you. It's a little cold outside for me. That's why I'm choosing to be indoors these days. Otherwise, I'd be out in my nature scene. And we're going to go ahead and we are going to get started. So we're going to do this again 4 times, and then we will to reprogram around these things as well. And so again, just hovering or caressing that area of the stomach and the spleen on the left side of the body. Breathing deeply and visualizing the energies of openness, fairness, trust, stability. And then on your exhale, letting go of the worry. And again, filling yourself up with that gold and yellow, those virtues of openness, of fairness, trust, stability. Exhaling with those chi fingers and that sound. Inhaling that golden yellow color and imbuing fairness, trust, stability, and letting go on the exhale when you're ready of that overthinking and that anxiety and that inner smile to the spleen. Thanking it for all it does. As again you inhale and imbue that beautiful radiant golden sunshine color. Fill the spleen. Using your chi knife fingers. To let go of concerns or worry and that yellow cloud of smoke. Inner smile to the spleen. One last time for today. Hovering the hands over the spleen and the stomach. And just imbuing that golden yellow radiant light, filling it up with fairness, kindness, trust, stability. Exhaling out that dirty yellow color. Letting go of what you can, of what you're ready to. Having compassion for anything that you still want to hold on to and loving yourself through it all. Smiling to the spleen. Taking a moment here to connect, to begin to sync the movements of your hands, your eyes, and your breath. As we delete any codes of worry, anxiety, overthinking stored in the spleen, and instead activate and upgrade programs of openness, fairness, trust, stability. Taking a moment Take a full breath, whatever level of comfort your body is at. Allowing yourself to feel the energies permeating, letting them settle and anchor as you integrate this up level. All right. And so the last movement that we will do for today for the 6 healing sounds is going to be known as the triple warmer or the sanjiao. Probably pronounced terribly. Please forgive me. My Eastern languages are not very strong in this lifetime. Love to learn. Maybe that could be a fun practice one day. And so what that translates into, though, are the 3 cauldrons. And it is referring to the dantians, the 3 energetic pathways that run through the upper, middle, and lower cavities of the body. And those are the main energy centers when we're looking at the energy anatomy through the Eastern lens of traditional Chinese medicine. And so the triple warmer helps us to regulate and balance all of the body's thermal systems. It's associated with the pericardium, which is the protective covering of our hearts. There is no correlating season or emotions that are associated with this particular system. And instead, the triple warmer or the sanshao is associated instead with all of the color and all of the attributes of the highest vibrating frequencies of each organ, as well as the polarity spectrum. So for this practice, when you do your inhale, which for this one is going to be a kind of Tai Chi circle breath. So it's going to be on the inhale, that kind of breath where you really gather the chi and circle it up. And you inhale and imbue it in your body. And you're going to imbue it by pressing that energy. You're going to feel it like a beautiful, luminescent liquid light permeating down your body, and you're going to French press it just down the body, feeling it move through that internal shushumna or hollow flute cavity. You're going to visualize this energy allowing any still, unhealthy, or excessive chi leaving your body. And you're going to do that with the he sound. And so remember, you're going to release also excessive heat and energy from the body so that you're really balancing and harmonizing yourself into a grounded, anchored place. If I am ever at a place where I just have so much energy, I just don't know what to do with myself, and maybe I'm in a place where it would be inappropriate to do my normal loud practices or whatever things. This particular practice is the one that I utilize to kind of balance the excessive of energy that I am experiencing in my system. I I don't love to use the word empath. I know it's a very loaded term. A lot of people have a lot of conceptions of what that means. But I'm going to use it anyway because it is a term we are familiar with. And it is the truth of my personal experience. I feel everything and everyone. My personal experience of life, for as long as I can remember, has been the truth of we are all one unified, connected being. I sense the fluctuation of energy and emotions in a powerful way. It was very scary and overwhelming for a long time. And as I've gotten older, I am now at the beautiful, ripe age of 42 years young in this physical vessel, in this lifetime. I have really learned to understand the messaging. So it's not as scary, though it can be overwhelming. So I don't often go to big festivals, gatherings, and events, even though I love the energy and the people. It's so much on my system that I can't usually take it for too long a period of time before it's just like, and so that's why when I do like to utilize that, or if I'm in a space where that is happening to my system, one of the most loving things I can do is to be with this practice in order to ground that energy into my system. I also utilize the practice of sacred adornments, which is using a lot of crystals and jewelries that I kind of spell and activate to help anchor and channel my energy. And I will share that and all lots of things in future content and videos. For now, let's go back and complete our practice for today. There is no kind of instruction that I have received to activate the inner ear for this particular part of the practice. So if anyone has that or has heard of that, please let me know. I'm a cherry picker, like a lot of my teachers, where I like to take practices from different traditions, put them together, also from just different teachers and different ways of learning, because I think I know we are all unique individuals, and there's always going to be some way, shape, or form that it's like, that one's for me. And so I like to throw out a lot of variety because I need a lot of variety, and I feel that the people that will be interested in hanging out with me are they're gonna like their spicy because I'm real spicy. Okay, so here we go. And today I want you to think and visualize for whatever attributes or emotions you are desiring to call into yourself today. So I'm going to go over some of the um, attributes on the higher vibrating frequencies. And I want you to focus on what you're calling in. Because guess what? Focusing on what you're calling in, it's going to automatically, you're going to have to release what is holding back from that. So you don't have to focus on what you want to let go of. That's just going to keep you in that negative cycle. Instead, focus on what you want to call in, because that's going to keep you focused on going where you want to go. And it's going to automatically put you on that pathway of, oh, we got to let this go because we're going there. So there's no need to focus on what you're letting go of. That's going to happen naturally. That's what we don't want to get. We don't want to get stuck in that story. We don't want to look back. We want to stay focused. First, where we are in the moment, and then where we want to go. We don't need to look back on where we've been. We already know that. We already know where we've been. We've been there. All right. So some of these emotions are healthy self-esteem, confidence, valor, courage. For the kidneys, we have wisdom, peace, gentleness, calmness. Peace is definitely going to be one of mine today. I've been really working with anchoring that in. Benevolence, kindness, generosity, appreciation, gratitude, joy, bliss. So for me, it's going to be some gratitude, some peace, and trust is going to be, those are going to be my three today. And so it's spleen or openness, fairness, stability, trust. So you have a lot of good options. And it could be something else intuitively that comes through to you that's like, you know what? This is the attribute. This is the quality that's going to bring harmony and balance into me. And I want you to keep something in mind. While we have a polarity scale, and some of these emotions are considered more on the high vibrating frequency side, there's a reason that I don't refer to the polarity scale as negative or lower. Because the thing is, those emotions aren't actually necessarily negative or lower in their frequency unless they're being repressed. If they are allowed to be expressed in an authentic way, they're actually just as high vibrating in frequency while still remaining the difference of being the opposite polarity. And so I think it's really important to remember that opposite polarities do not mean that they're going to be vibrating high and low, because you can still actually vibrate from the same polarity frequency at a high vibration from what could be a potentially lower density energy field. And so what that means is that when you are grieving and you are releasing through art, through expression, you are vibrating at a high frequency while in a low vibrational frequency. And that, my friend, is alchemy, the state of turning lead into gold. And that is what we are doing with these practices, activating our inner alchemists. And so we're going to inhale, and you're going to imbue ourselves with those qualities. Mine today are peace, trust. Can't remember the other one, so I'm going to go with bliss. I'm going to feel these beautiful qualities permeating through me as I French press them down. And I'm not even going to worry. I'm just going to and I'm going to trust whatever I'm releasing out, I don't need, because I'm inhaling and I am taking in everything I need in this very moment. So there's nothing to hold on to. And I am filling myself up in this very moment, in this very breath, with the freshness of all that I need. And my French press exhales out. Only that which no longer serves, which is ready to be composted by the earth. And this is every moment, every day. Inhaling to fill ourselves up with exactly what we need. Today for me, the attributes of trust, openness, benevolence, joy, wisdom, as I release any excess energy or heat from the body. One more time as we balance and ground for the day, as we inhale and imbue ourselves with all of the attributes we desire: generosity, benevolence, kindness, joy, bliss. Allowing that beautiful luminescent energy to fill you, and then just as any excess energy is allowed to fall away from the body. Taking a moment, again looking at the hands, and beginning to sync the movement of the eyes and the breath. So you reprogram, deleting any and all old programs that are obsolete, no longer in service to your vessel in this moment in time. Shifting and upgrading these files and these energies to update you to the now, to what in this moment in time is most supportive for you. Trusting your body and your soul knows where you are, what you need. Trusting to just release what no longer serves, to let it go fully, and to integrate and upgrade, activate exactly what you need for the now. Trusting as you exhale. Like taking a little wiggle or shake, stretch. I'm realizing with the camera view is a little higher up than I realized. I hope you were able to see the kind of chi movements and stuff that I was doing. It was a little higher than I realized as I was focused on the teachings and the sharing. I'm going to definitely pre-record that one next time so that I'll be able to just focus more on the practice and being the demo, as I always feel like that helps to just like really permeate in the energy. It's about 7:44 now. And I'm gonna be real honest, that is just not enough time for a journey through the microcosmic orbit with me because I go real slow and I like to take you through each individual chakra point center and really feel the energy permeating and flowing down your body. And so I'm going to save that. Maybe we will play around with doing that tomorrow or Friday. I'll check out and see what practices I have going on. Saturday is going to be super fun because I am going to have a guest with me. My friend is coming to spend some time and hang out. We're going to work up some creative projects, and they're an awesome healer oracle channel themselves. And so they're going to come join me and we're going to do some practices together. And maybe I was thinking we'd do a qigong practice, but maybe I will take them through this microcosmic orbit. I'm going to talk to them later today, and we're going to kind of plan out what we're going to do for you guys. So I'm excited. That's going to be Sensual Saturdays. Maybe we'll do a fun little intimacy practice that you guys can take out there, especially for couples to play around with. So that should be fun. Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to hold space here now for just these final 15 minutes before 8 a.m. rolls around. You can grab your journals. I'm going to grab mine. You can lie in Savasana. You can sit in a meditative posture and just allow yourself to be with you for the next 15 minutes, doing whatever you want. And and then going and starting your day and doing whatever it is that your soul is here to do and lit up for. I'm excited. I want to see it. Let me know. Message from the angels today. Angel portal number 479. Interpretation via Doreen Virtue. Her angel numbers book. Love to use. Thank you to Frankie who gifted me this book because I never returned it. And I will if you want it back, but I do love it. The angels bless you and the path of your divine purpose. They congratulate you for following your guidance. So yeah, thank you for whoever is watching this and got that. I'm thinking this is a particularly special confirmation message for you. And maybe if in this moment you were just thinking of like, okay, I'm going to do that thing that I've been feeling really scared, but it's there and it keeps coming up and I really want to do it. And I think I'm almost there. I think I'm almost ready. Well, I think you just energize yourself into the tipping point. So congratulations, love. Come back and feel free to practice with me and utilize my videos to keep yourself energized and building this beautiful energy for yourself. I don't. I'm gonna start seeing if I can see if people want to talk to me. I'll figure out this thing a little bit better. But please send me all the loves. Rush takatatatai rastakaturus takatatai rastakarus takatatatai rastakarush. Rush takatatatai rastakarus takatatatai rastakarus takatatatai rastakarus takarkatakatus takatatatus takatatus takatatatai rastakus takatatai. Gastrokatatatai rastrakotatatai rastakus takatatus takatatatus takatatatai rastarus takatatus takatatai. Rustakatatatai rastakushtrakatai rastakushtrakatai rastakushtra ustrakarastai rastakushtrara astrakatatushtrakatai rastarustakarataturustara ustarakatatai rastaustakatatai rastakutrastatata ustaratataira 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 ustarakataira Urustakatatai rastakarustakatata ustararutakararai la bushtakarara istaka. Ayu. sometimes you will find when you commune with nature, it will then commune through you. Only the love and light and truth of the Most High, that principle, that spark that lives and unites us all. I thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all of the ancestors, spirits, guides that supported me today in this practice, in this offering, in this sadhana. I release you all, and I thank you for loving me, for supporting me, for all that you do for me in the unseen realms. Aho. You have a beautiful and blessed day. And so I will be back tomorrow for Freaky Fridays. 6 a.m. probably, maybe a little bit earlier, because I will have my son with me, and I'll be taking him to school, so we'll see how that rolls and rocks for tomorrow. And yeah, and then Saturday and Sunday I'll be on from 11 to 1, so that'll be some fun stuff too. Oh, also for Sunday, I'll make a little video content today. I am going to be doing a fun ritual that's a curse breaking ritual. Actually already started. I got a download. I will in the post click the link. It was another YouTube video of another beautiful witchy goddess sharing her magics, and it came through to me of like, okay, we're going to use this, we're going to create our own incantation, but we're going to use this idea. We're going to take this jar, we're going to put in the clipping of a right toenail, an iron nail, soil from a crossroads, which I just collected yesterday on my walk. Then we're going to put in some alkaline water. We're going to put a rune on here. It's going to be the shape of the letter M. And we are going to create an incantation for the removal of curses. The last ingredient that is going to go in here is going to be bodily fluid. And I'm realizing I'm hoping it's going to be for Sunday, because I'm going to want to use moon blood for mine, because I'm doing a real deep curse removal ritual. So I'm going blood magic all the way. I want to anchor this in for the collective. But any kind of fluid will do. And so that can be spit or vaginal fluids as well. Anything that is calling to you, filling with water. And then you're going to be outside. You're going to say your incantation. You're going to dump it out. You're going to put some more water. You're going to swish it around again. You're going to spill it out. You'll use some obsidian. Again, I'm going to make a whole content video, and I'm going to also add the original video link for the goddess that shared this ritual so that you can also work with her original format if that's what calls to you. She comes from, I think it was a Scandinavian lineage, which, while I have some connections, it's not the strongest for me in this lifetime. So I adjusted this practice to be more attuned and in line with my lineages and my practices. And that's what I love about magics, is that they're interchangeable in that way. And okay, so it is about 8 a.m. now, so I'm going to close this out. I'm going to go ahead and upload potentially 2 videos to YouTube today because I didn't get my video for yesterday uploaded on there just yet. I'm going to do that right now. And yeah, that's it for now. Okay, I love you guys, and I'm going to go start my day. Bye.